welcome back to Adam Douglas Drives. Last week or two we've been doing a lot of GT Sport. A couple of weeks ago we had the Tokyo Expressway South Loop with the Renault Clio combo, and I hammered that one pretty well. So let's go have a look at some of those races and then we'll come back and have a chat. So here we are, this is Tokyo Expressway South Loop. You can see starting on pole here, we have the super sped up start sequence and we're off, heading down towards T1. It's a quite uneventful lap for most of the lap, so we'll just speed up here. There we go. Pace you've never seen from a Renault Clio. Blitzing through T1 all the way down into the first hairpin. The braking point is around the 150 mark. I've clearly not gone hard enough, and I've got Berserker 1963 NZ goes past me. I get back past, so do the old switcheroo, thanks Crofty. Just hit the warp speed button again and we're off. This corner here is another one you need to get right, because if you get it wrong you are going to be behind the whole way through this sequence here. Quite a long sequence as you can see, and then through here about the 150 board again where you hit the clamps. I've got it wrong. Oh no, I've got it not too bad, just not tight enough. Could have defended a bit more into the curve, into the apex there. And Berserker is back through for the moment. Here we go. I just stay alongside. It's been pretty respectful and gentlemanly so far. And heading into this corner, you don't quite get to 5th gear, you just ease off. Warp speed a bit here. Through that sequence, it's pretty much just about throttle control, and here we go again. I have absolutely not... Thanks, Berserker. Gives me the bump. Then I get Rickster giving me the bump. He's already got a 2-second penalty. And can't manage to avoid the back of his car. And then I've put myself into the wall because it's helpful. Coming up to first hairpin again. Second time around, I've got that pretty nicely hooked up there. Catching up to the back of these two. Rickster hits his penalty mark, so it's see ya, and I'm through. Back in pursuit of Berserker. You can see I've got more than a second of gap, so I'm not getting the slipstream really just yet. And here we go again. I've got that one wrong. I'm too far out, and I'm on the marbles, and I've put my foot down too hard. I've got the back end snapping. You can see someone, Rickster, just coming into the back of my radar. Engage warp speed once again. A lot of warp speeding tonight. That's okay through that sequence there, and then for some reason I've decided I'll bash the wall there. Does not give you a pace boost. You can see Berserker there wall grinding because it helps him, not at all. So I've got a good toe, I'm coming through, I didn't grind the wall, so I've got pace to spare. I've now taken the lead fractionally. Hit the brakes there at about 150, that's not too bad. You can see Berserker thinking twice about coming through, and then he decides he does come through. Gives me, I think, a little bit of a shove there in the back. Bit of a push there, that's okay. Bit of me trying to assert some level of dominance, but also just take the line and probably a little bit too hard, and I've pushed him off to the wall. That, of course, lets Rickster through into this corner, and I haven't got that right. You can see... Oh, no, it's not too bad. The gap isn't growing, so it's probably okay. Come through the sequence. I've done that wrong though, you're not meant to touch the wall there. Come through here, and I've got the shove. I've got a shove from, I think it's Sparkling Zimmer, who has gone through. You can see Berserker in the background just firing off to the outside of the corner, which is not the correct line at all. Come through this sequence here. I'm not going to make it back into the lead or into second place. Fine, here we go. And that's that race done. 3rd place from first on the grid, so not great, but it's okay. It's better than the 10th I was expecting. Now here's the thing that annoys me, right? Sparkling Zimmer, I'm so sorry. Look, I don't have a problem with people apologising. The thing that annoys me is if you're going to apologise is when there's a massive gap there, right? There's a huge gap you could have just dropped into and given the place back. Anyway, next race, here we go. Starting from 8th. No, sorry, starting from 3rd, but expected to come 8th. You can hear the wonderful thump thump as you cross the seams in the road there. Michael T. Fox, not to be confused with Michael J. Fox. He's got a good line. I've just elected to let him go. Got the fellas behind. Not coming up the backside of me. One of those is Berserker, you can see, and so is Sparkling Seaman, so they're both back there. Now, I have not touched there. You can see the carnage unleashed in the radar there. You can also see Berserkers come through and Bro Mori's come through. Bro Mori probably a bit late there. I've held that. I may have just cut and got a penalty. Have I? No, I look safe. So I've got to try and pick which line I want to take here and try and beat one of these guys through. I've elected to follow Berserker. Seems like it's about right. Bro Mori gives me a bit of the old mustard on the side just in case. But here we go. Down through the undergroundy sequence again. Haven't touched any walls. And following someone, 200 board. Probably about where you need to start braking. I've got it wrong. I've just murdered Berserker and somehow made it up into third. That is not a proud moment. But Bro Mori just goes, oh yep, I'm taking that. Didn't think that was a genuine overtaking pass, but there you go. Clearly knows what he's doing. I'll leave him to it. Go Bro. But then he has his little incident with his wobbling, loses the back end again, touches the wall. For some reason I follow him in. If I hadn't, probably would have got the place back. You can also see I've got some friends coming in Sparkling Zima and Berserker again. Zima with a penalty. Right, let him go. Berserker gives me a little bump. Zima puts himself into the wall. For some reason I decide to follow. And then we engage the warp speed back down towards the hairpin braking point. You can see this point. Yep, that's okay. I'm through here. Zima's got his penalty. Berserker has picked up a penalty. Both of us hit the wall for reasons unknown to either of us probably, apart from poor driving. And we're off through the underground sequence. Braking points here. Again, I'm in tow, so 200 board's a good place for it. Haven't mucked this up. I've kept nice and tight into the apex. Berserker's rejoined in a way that I can't really avoid him too much. Give him a piff. And we're through. Continuing. We're in fourth place again. That sequence there, I've done that okay. At warp speed, it's hard to see my mistakes, but didn't touch anything. Touched that wall. Again, that's poor form. Don't do that. Don't touch the walls. And again, braking points. This one should have just been straight 150 board. That's okay. And I've cut there, I think. Have I? No, I haven't. You can get incredibly close to the white lines there, but you cannot put all four wheels outside track limits, or you will get a penalty. And down into here, I've probably come a bit late. I've done the old on the marbles back end, trying to step out again. But looking at the gaps that I've got, I'm not going to lose this place without a big mistake. And the big mistake does not happen. So there we go, that's a fourth place, starting third, so I've lost one place off the grid. Probably should have finished fifth behind Berserker if we're being honest. Take the fourth place. Finished 4 places above expectation, so that's okay. Next race, here we go. Starting second this time, and expected to finish ninth. We've got Frank E in place ahead of us, Bro Mori behind us, who we've seen in the last race. Quiet, steady start here. You can see we've got Bro Mori pulling in, or just out of our slipstream. I get a little bit of a bump, and he's through. That's all right. Get a little bit of a bump from behind from Saga by the look of it, and we'll just slipstream Bro Mori here because realistically we may as well. I don't know that you can really bump draft too well in these Clios. I don't seem to have tried it. Probably would have been worth trying at one point. In any case, here we come. I've gone for the 150 board and I have absolutely murdered him. Absolutely. As it turns out, it works out in Bro Mori's favour because he in turn murders Frankie and gets off to the lead. I in the meantime get passed by Malum. And away goes Malum. clump the outside wall there, and that's got me a penalty. I think between that and probably I actually cut there, I think. So I'm not off to a great start here. So my goal now is to try and build my lead to more than half, make sure it stays over half a second to Saga. Clearly got the slipstream here. Hopefully backed off early enough. I think I'll just give Bro Mori a bump on the way out. Probably just giving him a bit of a turbo boost. And Malam's through. And Saga is, for reasons unknown to me, pounding away at the back corner of my car when we're trying to both go in a straight line. That's okay. And then Saga gives me the old yeet and shove off to the wall there. Luckily, I didn't get a penalty. You can get penalties touching these walls here. Clearly there's a benefit from grinding and wall riding. I've just decided that if it's good enough for Saga, it's good enough for me, in a show of poor sportsmanship, and gone through. And we have Tokyo Gas behind us, and now in front of us because bad driving from me. Good driving from Tokyo. Let's see here. Have I lined this up properly? That's not actually a bad line. But I have my penalty to serve, so I've served that. It's actually not a bad place to serve the penalty. You will lose time into that corner, but it's really where you exit that corner. It's how early you get on the speed buttons, the accelerator, that thing, the speed buttons, you know? That's not the best exit from that corner, but it'll do. And if you're on the gas coming out of that corner, you're fine. Hold my pace alright through those corners there. And now I'm kind of just hanging back a little bit. You can see the two folks in front squabbling a little bit. You don't want to get involved in squabbles through those kind of corners. And just see what happens here. 150 board. Might have been a little bit late. Well, no, I haven't hit anyone. And I've gained a place. I've started turning in, and then Malam has given the old switcheroo and a thump on the way through, and then he's planted it in the wall all by himself, and then bounced back in front of me and stopped me getting back past. So it's worked out okay for Malam. Not what I would call the cleanest of moves. This track though, a bit of grinding from both of us. I've decided to try and go around the outside. Got a little bit of a shove from Malam again. Yeah, this track does not produce the cleanest of races in terms of overtaking opportunities. You have to seize your chances when they come, and it does not result in great sporting passing manoeuvres. So there we go. From, what was that, second on the grid to fourth once again. Fourth place seems to be the standard result I'm achieving here. It's almost like Super GT in sixth place. Here we go again. Very short grid. Let's see Frankie on pole again. Wants second place. Toy Grass was in this one. And we've got Chicks Can Race behind us. And let's see what happens in terms of proving that concept. So taking a nice, safe approach for the first corner. Always worth doing. And I should have been braking early for this one. Not quite early enough. I've given Frankie a bit of a tap. That hasn't gone well for him. It's gone worse for me. You can see Kazu-san's gotten up alongside and given me a bit of a biff. Somehow comes across here, tries shoving me out, but makes it through. And no penalty. Then I've mucked up that crucial corner, and Sakura Tamago comes past. And now, yes. No, Chicks Can Race got up alongside and then clearly made the mistake. Now I've come through here, look at this. Look at this absolute send from Toy Grasp. Everyone else kind of being respectful, he's just absolutely sent it. And, well, everyone else has more or less held place. And Toy Grasp has just yeeted themselves out of it. So now I'm just kind of watching, see what happens up in front. It's clearly going to be squabble. They aren't being dropped by Frank E, so there's a clear opportunity for some overtaking into this next hairpin. Got on the brakes early enough. don't want to be involved in punting people. See, Kazu-san has got it wrong. Sakura's through, gives a bit of a biff to Kazu-san. I'm just holding station, see if I can find the space to execute some kind of manoeuvre. Not happening. And I have got that braking point and acceleration point wrong. I'm now being dropped. Start going back just because it's so long. There's a bit of wall grind there. Right, I've got on the brakes at the 200 board as expected. Holding my line. Kazu-san's got it completely wrong. Frank E looks like he got on the marbles and tried hitting the gas too early, so I've gone up into second. So I've gained 2 places there just by kind of keeping it clean, trying to stay out of trouble. It's the right thing to do. Got another place on offer here. You can see Sakura, the grind. You can also see that Frank E is coming up on my left. Decided I'm going to have to have Sakura here if we're going to have a chance at any kind of top results. And Frank E backs out of it, which is really sensible. Probably could have got through with a bit of a shove. Glad that he didn't. Down into the first hairpin for the last time. Got on the brakes well. Have not been sent by Frankie into the first sequence of the dockyards. But then, and I wasn't really getting sent then, but you can see Sakura has then sent into Frankie optimistically, I would say, which has punted me off. And you can see Kazu-san comes through, already has a penalty up his sleeve. And you can see I've come through there, and miracle things have happened where it looks like Chicks Can Race has come through and probably materialised just as Tamago has been materialising possibly. Sorry, Kazu-san was materialising. And weird things have happened and she's off. Chicks is off into 3rd place. I then don't take this corner properly. Get right out wide. See Kazu-san comes through. And I really just... Okay, well there's some Biffo and Bottolo going on there. I'm not getting anywhere. You can see someone up ahead with a penalty. And it's Chicks. Chicks Can Race got the penalty, so that puts me back up into 4th. But otherwise, reasonable driving by Chicks Can Race. Yes, they can race. There you go, proven. Fastest lap, and somehow a clean race from me. Next race, starting 6th this time. So I'm getting into the much faster folk at this point in the league, and it's dropping me down the order. See here, just settling in here before T1, not looking to make too many moves. Bit of a biff there, unfortunately for me, into MSN 04C Sam's SV. But you can also see there's a lot of just people hanging about. No one really wants to be overtaking people just yet. Got to the boards, I've started braking. I get a shove from behind, which puts me through and offline and into the barriers. That's one shove. I get shoved again, mid-corner the next corner, and I'm backwards. And that's as far as that race goes in terms of quality. Drove it out to 12th. Next race, here we are starting in 8th. Expected to finish 12th. Do you reckon it's going to be a good result? Let's find out. Here we go, into T1. See someone's coming up alongside me, but you can also see that I'm kind of sitting in here behind MSN again. Gotten a bit cheeky and putting those up the inside there. More to defend than to try and pass. See, I'm already getting past anyway. There you go, 8th is now 9th. And Okonyan is through. Just now sit here. Get on the brakes. Haven't passed anyone officially yet. Still haven't passed anyone yet. The keen folk take each other out. Madness erupts out of the end of the dockyards. I'm still 9th out of all of that. I think I gained a place and lost a place. It's very peculiar the way that things happen through there. Through the underground sequence again. Hammering the laps out. Bit of a wobble there. You can see I'm going to get past here by MSN. 150 board, I'm on the brakes. MSN has got on the brakes later, just about touched but not quite, and they've held place. You can also see Advan 316 got right up close behind, so they're now going to be lining me up for a pass next. You see they're right there in the radar, waiting for the mistakes, waiting for the opportunities. Will they happen? Not really. So MSN's done the grind on exit. It's one of those things you're much better off just kind of braking that little bit earlier, taking a little bit more pace off, making sure you're through the corner cleanly. So I've got past MSN and Advan is still right on my chuff. Got a nice braking point there. Turned in on by Okonyan. Probably fair by them. As a result, Advan is through. So holding 9th. Perpetual 9th place for me in this race by the look of it. And Morale 971 is coming around the outside into this corner, which I've shown plenty of times I get wrong. It's also really hard to cleanly go through that corner if you're on the inside of it and not just run high and punt people. There you go, I've punted that corner on the way out. That's a bad move. MSN is through, I'm down to 11th. MSN then takes off Awesome Alex and themselves back up to 9th. Awesome Alex coming up alongside is passed. It's now up to me to sit on Alex's rear, just trying to try and get alongside and show some initiative. I'm just keeping it as close as I can here, seeing what happens, seeing what my opportunities are. I think I gave that wall a little bit of a tap there. It's not as bad as grinding on the outside, but it's not a good idea. 150 board. Yeah, pretty much got it pulled up. Bit too excited on the loud pedal there. How am I going through that corner? Not fast enough. You can see Bucket Rock pulling away. Continuing to pull away. But I'm pretty comfortable. I've got a bit of a suck there. Come in here, just about hit Bucket. Just about, but kept it out of the penalty areas. So now for me, it's just getting through to the end of the race in 9th place if possible. Bump that wall on the way out. Now here's where a couple of people seem like they've just gone, nope, that's enough. There's Awesome Alex is gone, someone else pulled off as well. So other people, so MSN maybe was the other one. So due to a couple of people just retiring or just giving up, it's 7th place in the end. Not a great result, but I've actually improved on my starting place. So that was it. That was the South Loop at Tokyo Expressway with the Renault Clio. Got some good races in there. Pretty much boosted DR the whole way, even though, you know, the results weren't so good. That's okay. As always, the like, comment, subscribe triumvirate goes down a tree. If you've enjoyed this, let us know. Otherwise, don't. Either way, we'll see you next time.